Hello, my name is Denis Petukov and I'm a Ukrainian. I'm gonna show you how to make sunlight backlit monitor. So I wrote a blog post and I got quite a lot of skepticism. Well, which which has surprised me. So I'm gonna explain to you just how it's done. I'm gonna show it to you. So here's my laptop, right, with disassembled LCD panel. So here's how it looks. Alright? So it's open up, it's held open by a pen. Okay, I'm gonna boot it. So you can see BIOS appears and backlight turns on. So you can see that, right? And then I just turn it off using hotkey. And there's no backlight, okay? Backlight on, backlight off. So you can see everything is still visible. Okay, and now I'm gonna boot. Right? Here we go. Now look at that, there is no backlight at all. None. It's all sunlight. So you can see if I turn the monitor from the sun, away from the sun, right? Wait a second. So if I do that, okay, it's still visible, but if I turn it completely away from the sun, so you can see it's not really, well, there's a lot of sun, but it's not really visible, you know, because the sun is behind. Okay, if I turn it again to the sun, it is visible, right? Okay, I can close curtains. Okay. You can see that it becomes less visible. Okay, now it's dark. You can see no backlight. Now here is incandescent lamp, 40 watts. Here you go. Backlight on. So here's how it works. You know? Okay, that's out of the way. Actually, I would not recommend shining the lamp as directly as that. Well, maybe like that, but not directly at the back of the panel, because if it's I think it's like, maybe this is pixel flicker, or maybe it's just too bright if you shine it just directly at the back. But actually I've been using quite a lot of monitors like that. Also I will put some sort of like stick, maybe piece of paper here, so it would not shine from lamp, you know, just it'll just be like a backlight like that. Okay, so that's out of the way. Now I'm going to show you how to actually disassemble an assembled monitor. I have 27-inch LG display, and I'm going to show you how to actually disassemble it and make it into sunlight backlit monitor. I will not edit this video, so it will be maybe quite a long video. So if you're interested, stay with me. Okay, now I'm gonna put away the laptop and just start with the monitor. Wait a second, please. I'm almost done. Okay, so here's our monitor, right? Here it is, 27-inch, typical panel, just like that, you know. Okay, I put it on a sofa because LCD panels break. Well, they don't break very easily, but they do break. So they can bend, but if you, when I push too hard, it breaks. So it's kind of tricky. It's bendy, but pressure on one, like big pressure on one point breaks it. So be careful. It's better to do it on a sofa, on a bed, on a something like that. Okay, so what I need, I have a screwdriver, right? There's like a lot of screwdrivers here. So, and I put it on like that, on the front. So I just unscrew the stand. Well, this is gonna be long. Okay. Okay, so the stand is unscrewed. Okay, so that's out of the way. Well, let's just keep it on a bed. Okay, so on a sofa, there's actually one screw here. That's it. Everything else is just clips. This is really uncomfortable, you know, filming it. But I don't really have like a thing you can put a phone on or anything like that. Actually, don't even use smartphone because of the, you know, flickering and stuff, or whatever the problem is. I just turn it on sometimes. So now, to unclip it, right? There are clips here. Yeah, also, I didn't tell you, but this monitor, so I was using it for 2 years, but I broke it. It fell, and the matrix is messed up. So you can see there are like cracks. Maybe you can see it. So, but it will show you how you do it. So it's not like I didn't break it while I was disassembling it or assembling. It just fell. I was moving the table and it fell. So, and I've done it overall to 4 different LCD panels. Well, 3 LCD panels, 2 IPS, 2 TNs. 3 was desktop monitors and 1 is laptop. Okay, so now to unclip the monitor, it's actually better to use some sort of plastic, but I don't use because plastic, if you use metal, it will leave scratches, it will like mess up the plastic. But I don't really care. You know, since this monitor is anyway broken, so I'll use just screwdriver. And actually you can also just use metal screwdriver like that, so you don't really if you don't care that it will be like scratches all over the place. So it is done just like, well, it's open up a bit, you know, but you know, just kind of put it in there and kind of like, you know, like go like that, kind of try to here is what you're looking for it to like unclip, you know, you just put it in there and then it just like unclips like that. Okay, I'm just using my fingers. It's like unclips. Okay, that's good. But it's not a fast process. If you do like clips, if you do plastic things and try to be careful not to mess anything up, it's quite a long actually process. It's like it's not fast. It's gonna take time, you know. Okay, so it wasn't fully clipped, but anyway, I did it. Okay, so that's out of the way. So here you see, it's just like a thing. Okay, so here it's just like a piece of plastic. There's nothing here. And, you know, it just clips and plastic. So here is our, I guess this is the controller. So I guess this is the controller. I call it the controller. So with all the ports and stuff. And here is the strip that connects it to the driver, I guess is the right word, and then there are things that connect it to the LCD panel. So it's pretty simple. Here is the wire that goes to the backlight. Backlight is here. It's like a strip with LEDs, white LEDs, which you all know is not good for anyone. So I'll just unclip it like that. That's it. Gone. No problema. You know. And you know, you can even pull it out there. But anyway. So no backlight anymore. It's a bad practice to pull the wire. Okay. No backlight. Okay, so this is the controller, which just controls the menu, and that's pretty much it. So this is power, and this is our HDMI port, VGA port. Now, what I do, there are just a couple of screws here. So it was disassembled and I assembled it again, and I did not like do a very thorough job because it doesn't really matter. Anyway, it's broken, and you know. So during disassembly and assembly of these monitors, I have never actually broken anything except the matrix itself. So all of these things seems to be really sturdy. It's really hard to, I think, break anything here. You know, it never happened, but I was careful. So maybe it is possible if you touch something or something like that. And obviously there can be, I don't know, it's 19 volts. Here's 35 volts. What do you call it? 33 volts. Yeah, this can be quite dangerous actually. Can I? Yeah, I can do it. 33 volts. I guess that's what it means. So this can be quite dangerous actually. I guess. It's enough, maybe it's enough to go through your body. 63 volts. Okay, now here's a couple screws here. So you just, these monitors are quite different. So the first one I disassembled, it had this controller just taped over. So it is done. So it is done by Chinese, and they just do it by hand. So you know, we gotta be thankful for that. Okay, so for all the hard work they're doing, on those factories. There's actually a book called Factory. There's a book called Factory Girl. It's written by a girl who was born in China, but she moved with her parents to the US, and she's a reporter, I think, in New York Times. And she went to China, and she interviewed girls who worked at these factories. It's a good read, and it gives you, it personalizes these workers. I highly recommend it. It's called Factory Girl. I think it's available on Kindle. Yeah. Okay, so let's keep going. This screwdriver is quite uncomfortable. I guess maybe there's like a right way to use it. Maybe you have to tighten it or something. But I just picked it because it's universal, you know, and for the video it's better. Also, I have my favorite screwdriver, but I really don't want to show it to you because I want privacy. You know, so I'm gonna be using that. But yeah, this is electronics, and you probably should not do that if you don't know how to deal with electronics. Well, you can do that, but just don't touch anything. Yeah, just don't touch anything. I don't recommend touching anything, really. That's because, you know, it's all dangerous stuff. Okay, almost there. Come on. Is it out? Yeah, it's out. Okay, so I can take off this. I can. No, it's somehow. Ah, I understand. Okay, here is our. Okay, I should have taken off. Well, it doesn't really matter. So here is the thing that bezel, I guess you call it. It's a bezel. So it has to be unscrewed, and there is a lot of screws, as you can see. A lot of them. Actually, maybe I can like put camera here. I don't know if you can see that, but you know, I guess I'll go with that. Okay. Anyway, it should be visible. Okay. So I'm unscrewing the bezel. So I think it's better to first unscrew the bezel, actually. Maybe, but you know, monitors are different. Doesn't really matter that much, I think. But overall, yeah, just don't break LCD matrix, because it's the most important part, and it's the priciest. And if you break it, that's it. have to get a new monitor, or you have to get an LCD panel, but it costs, I think, quite similarly to how monitor costs. It makes sense to replace LCD panels maybe on laptops, but on monitors. But I guess it also makes sense. You know, it's still cheaper than a new monitor. I know it's really hard to explain actually. Obviously you cannot see that on a video, just how actually sunlight backlit LCD looks. You cannot see that. But it's actually it's a lot different than you would expect. I think you just cannot see it on the screen. It's not like it stops being the annoyance, it stops being the source of the light, it stops being this glowing thing. It just blends into the environment. And pixel flicker, if it exists, I guess it exists because I know very little about it, you know, but I think it just stops mattering, even if it's present, just when monitor is a part of the environment and not this glowing, strobing thing. You know, it just stops really mattering. That's what I think. And from my experience, it is better than everything, than even CRT. So, okay, so this is unscrewed. Okay. So I unscrewed all of that. Okay, I'm gonna get more light. And then it just comes off like that. Right? It just comes off. And it comes off. It's usually like that. It's like it comes off. To the bottom, I guess. To the bottom part of the monitor. Okay, here's our menu controller. But I can't seem to. Okay, so maybe you should be more careful, you know, because I'm really careless right now. Maybe you should be a little bit more careful when you're doing that. So this just can be put out like that. And as I said, some monitors just have this taped on, you know, just like that. It's just a thing, you know, and it's just like taped, like, and it just, okay, that's it. You know, there's no screws on it. Okay. Okay, so we have our. That's what we need. We need menu controller, obviously, and the controller which has HDMI ports, and then it goes to the bezel, you know, bezel goes there. Now, I think every monitor has that. It's like a protection of the driver. So, and there are screws like that. I think every monitor has that. Also, on laptops, if you're gonna try this on a laptop, there is no separate backlight wire. At least that's what I saw. No backlight wire. So I turn off, on a laptop, I turn off the backlight just by pressing FN keys, function keys. So maybe on your laptop, if you try that, it will be different. you know, so it can be different. Okay, so this thing just comes off also. Just pull it to the bottom and it just comes off. Okay, here's our driver. So here are the strips I was talking about. Now they look like they can. So strips, right? So my phone, which doesn't have an SD card in, and I rarely use this phone because it's OLED, organic LED. So I rarely use it. So it doesn't have an SD card, and it ran out of memory, so I took a break. So continuing, right? Continuing with the disassembly. I'm gonna introduce myself again. My name is Denis Petyukov and I'm a Ukrainian. Okay, let's go. So here, these strips that connect the LCD matrix to the driver, they are quite sturdy. They won't rip, and they're glued on something, or maybe there's some kind of process with the heat, but they are not going anywhere. They're there. Okay, so basically this is all we need, right? We don't need any of that for my solution. That's all we need. We need LCD panel, we need and we need the controller. So right now we're gonna start basically doing what I'm doing. So I prepared here the laptop box and some DVD boxes. So I'm gonna put DVD boxes like that, right? So I put it, there's no space really for that. So and like that. So that's what I do, right? That's how I do it. Obviously there are other ways to do it, don't you know? And I'm gonna put lamp right here for the time being. Okay, I guess now I'm gonna put an LCD panel. Well, I can do it actually. So there's not much space here. So basically, if you have like an LCD LCD controller here, so it can be here. So there would be space to connect cables and things. Well, I did it like that. So here's this thing. So here is I guess I need two hands to do that. So I'm gonna put camera, you know, what do you call it in English? Pressing board. Or ironing board or something. So you will see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm taking the thing really carefully, right? Really carefully with basically palms of my hand, like so there wouldn't be any single spot with a lot of pressure. That's important because it will break. If there's a lot of pressure on one spot, it will break, you know. Okay, so okay, there is something. So I'm taking that right, and I'm putting it right. Well, I don't care right now, about pressure, because as I said earlier, it's already broken. Basically, I put it. Well, I just did it wrong. Okay, I just since I'm filming, I don't want to, I want to like film the process, not myself. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Like, you don't watch this video to see all sorts of parts of my body. Because I get annoyed when someone like doing a video and it's like a lot of body. I'm like, come on, man. Just one of these scene, not I don't know. I think it's disrespectful when someone is like, well, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so here it is, right? I put it here. So here's controller. Well, there's not many space, right? Not that much of a space. And actually this board, it comes off, but it's glued on. So controller board is actually glued on. So you can kind of unglue it, and I did that. Well, I can do it right now. So, and then you can just, it actually can hang like that. I did it, and it's just whatever. It doesn't break. But maybe there's a possibility it will break. So here it is. Here it is. Okay, I can turn on the lamp I have here. So here is lion, right? So now there are small clips here. I'm going to show you that. There are small clips. Like if you look at that, see? There are like small clips. Here they are. So it's metal part of the panel, and it connects to the plastic parts of the panel. So here it is. So and it can be just unclipped using like finger like that. You see? It just comes off. Usually there is some sort of tape here, so it goes like that. There's a tape. And you can just unclip it. So you just carefully, so, oh, I can see incandescent flicker. And actually, talking about incandescent flicker, since I just saw it on the screen, so incandescent, well, it doesn't really flicker. Well, it flickers, but it just dims. There's no like turning off, because LED during flicks, it turns off completely. So it goes from completely dark to bright, and it's just like boom, boom, boom. It's just in your face, It's just like it's strobing. It's just yeah. So that's why I guess it's so uncomfortable. But incandescent doesn't do that. Incandescent just dims. So it goes like it dims and it's just bright. It dims because it's like a fire. There's a process, there's a time, there's a delay between when it's turned on and turned off. Because there's like incandescence, this piece of metal that heats up. So it's a process. So that's why it's different. I think it's very different. I haven't actually heard anyone hurting from incandescent flicker, but yeah, there is such a thing. But it just it's kind of dims and bright again, dims and bright again. So it's like waves. It's not so. again, I will say I haven't heard anyone hurting from incandescent, so it can affect people, obviously, and you can see that, some people can see that flicker, but I don't know, I haven't read anywhere that people actually hurting. It affects people, but you know, it's not like LEDs, which there are people which are hurt by them. Okay, so I said that. Now unclipping the. So, and here actually I just removed clips from here, you know, but they will be here also from, you know, this. So, and it just opens up, you see. It's like, but yeah, I have never broken panel like that. I have broken panel assembling it, not disassembling. So, yeah. So basically, it just opens up like that there are clips, and they should come off, you know, really carefully, and then it just, you know, it's like it opens up, you know, the panel, and it can bend, there's no problem, there just shouldn't be any a lot of pressure on one spot, and it will not break. As I said, I've broken one when I was assembling it. I was like putting a lot of pressure here, something, and it just cracked. And this one fell, so okay. So I'm gonna just have a nice view of what I'm doing. Put it right here, maybe. Okay, so I do that, and it also clips clips are also on this side, so this should be unclipped carefully also. So clips are at every side, these like small clips, and they just like click. There's nothing hard. I do it with a nail, but you can do it with some sort of tool, I guess. It can be done with some sort of tool also, but nails are good also, because it's not like a lot of pressure there. Okay, so we'll try to. So, and it kind of just. Okay. Okay, be careful. Yeah, just carefully unclip it, you know. You know what I'm talking. Okay, it's done. It's totally unclipped. So here it is. You see? Okay, now what's inside? So inside is polarizing films, I guess. Right. Or some sort of other films, it's hard to tell, right? I don't know. So they are required. So this kind of, you see, this kind of like sheets of thin, they are required. There are 3 of them usually in every model. They are required. So, but it's really hard to kind of use only them. Actually, with the laptop, I use only them. I use only these things. But it's really hard with a monitor, because they just, well, the monitor is, desktop monitor is bigger, so I guess you can glue them, or you can just like tape them, but I don't do that. I usually use the glass. So here is also the glass inside the thing, inside the monitor is also the glass. So there are sheets, right? Sheets. and then there is glass. So it's kind of stuck. Here it is. Okay, here is our glass. So on the glass, it kind of holds everything together. Don't do what I'm doing right now, I guess, because it's be maybe more careful. Yeah. Okay. So so here it is. So I put it like that, so it would have like a space to, so it would have, you know, something to stand on. So and here it is. Here's the glass, like it's, you can, you know, bend on it. It's so it doesn't bend. And there's just a white sheet of paper. So here is how monitor works. And then backlight is right there. You can see this is LEDs. So it shines through light dispersing glass and it comes out at the front. Okay. Okay. So let's now. Obviously, in order to use the monitor, it needs to be stabilized, right? You need to be able to just hold the thing open. So I have this laptop box, and I just put it here, you know. So I just put it here, and so I just put it here, and I use it as kind of I use it as a thing to hold the LCD matrix in place. So you can use things like books. Okay, here it is. So it just holds on to that by the corner, right? And here's how it looks. So, and you put the lamp right there. I do not shine the lamp right at the front because, well, I actually thought that it was too bright, right? But right now, when I read about pixel flicker, so I've heard about it for the first time when I visited LED Strain forum. Maybe it's pixel flicker. Maybe it's still not good enough, you know, it still gives kind of bit of strain when shined like that because of the pixel flicker, because it's too direct. But when shined like that, it's a lot better. And I mean a lot better. So here it is. You know, I use it like that. Well, yeah, the thing that it can be like, you can put it a lot like more at the top, you know, higher. You can put it higher, and it's kind of yeah, it's kind of not ideal, but you know, you get the idea. So this is how I used to use my monitor for years. It would just stand on the table like that, but I would actually put books right there and right here, sort of like support on both sides, and it would just so it would just work like that, right? So let's try to turn it on. Obviously the LCD matrix is broken, so it won't actually, it will not it will not work, but it will be this movement on the display. Yeah, but I just I kind of so I blocked the outlet by the box. Okay. Okay, I'll try to move it more to the front, I guess. Okay, okay. Well, I guess it's enough. So, yeah. So I'm putting in the thing. Let's do that. Okay, now there's enough length of the cable. Yeah, it's enough. So I'm gonna connect it. Okay. Okay. And okay, you see, it works. It kind of works, you know. So okay, and here's the menu. Yeah, obviously it's not. Oh, okay, you see, when I move the menu, it's like it just works. So it tries to show things, but things that are cracks, it cannot really show anything. Or just, oh, I guess you can see some sort of text, no? No. Okay, anyway, so you can see chords, and if I turn it off, I think I remember the combination, how to do that. So I do that, and then I do that, and then I do that, right now. Maybe if I do that, and I do that, and I do that. Anyway, I don't remember how to turn it off. I can just unplug it. So I guess the image will slowly fade or something, because I unplugged it. It shouldn't stay. I guess maybe because it's broken, it stays. Because it's, yeah, it shouldn't stay. So anyways, that's how you do it. That's how this looks. I showed you at the beginning the working LCD disassembled monitor in a laptop, and this is how you do it with a desktop monitor. My name is Denis Petyakov. I'm a Ukrainian. Glory to Jesus Christ, glory to Ukraine. Слава Ісусу Христу і слава Україні!